I feel so good tonight. I just got off my bike, did some exercise in the cool air. I just ate something. And we're in the box. We're in the bbR spotlight tonight. And I'm Queen. I'm from Black Box Radio. I am a host here. And we are a media platform for Black excellence. And tonight, I have the amazing, the captivating, the talented, the phenomenal Black woman, Tracie Jiggetts. Tracie, welcome to the box.
Thank you, Box, for having me. I greatly appreciate it. I'm very happy to be here.
Well, that is so beautiful. You look real comfortable over there, Sister Tracie.
Yeah, I'm
Got
chilling.
your leg up, you sparkling, you looking good over there.
Come through. I'm happy. Yeah, so I try to throw something on. I love color. I love the all things sparkle, all things shine. So yes, this is regular old Wednesday behavior.
Well, that's you performers. Y'all always sparkling. Y'all don't mind sparkling all over the place. So that's a good thing. So tell the people a little bit about Tracie, like your background, where you from, where you went to school, those type of good things, the goody things.
The backstory.
Hmm.
Wait a minute, because there is a backstory. Let me
Give
make
us some backstory.
what is it? Tracie Jiggetts, born Baltimore, Maryland, Sinai Hospital, West Side, all
Whoa.
day, right? So I am here, but I obviously stand on the shoulders of those that came before me. So when I say West Side, I say my grandmother was born on Stricker Street, right? I say my
Whoa.
grandfather was born on Mosier Street. Yes, so it is a Sandtown ministry. Right? My father's side is from Virginia, Dinwiddie, and Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got together, my grandmother, and they came on down. My grandmother spent some time in Turner Station, and this is my paternal grandmother. She spent some time in Turner Station and worked at the electric company. So there's a whole history behind that. And both of my grandfathers were in the military.
Oh,
All of that lineage, right? So I
okay.
definitely stand on the shoulders of greatness. Like I watch my grandmother. I spent so much time with my grandparents. So yeah, so Baltimore all day. I started my schooling at St. Ambrose on Park Heights Avenue
Okay.
in Baltimore West Side. So I was a Catholic schoolgirl, raised Catholic most of my a good chunk of my childhood into adulthood. I was
Okay.
all Catholic. And so I have since got off that train.
Are you a practicing Catholic?
No, I have since got off that train. I said, bus driver, next stop, please, right? And
You got off the bus.
I said, please, this is not for me. And it's so interesting when when I say that I went to St. Ambrose, which is the church that my mother went to, right? The church that
Mm,
my parents were married in.
really?
So I was baptized, went through the baptism, the confirmations, the all the things, and her grandmother, my grandmother went to the same church, right? We were
Wow.
familiar
So
all
this is a
day.
family church.
Exactly, and her mother, and not only
Whoa.
because it was a black Catholic church, right? And there were a few in the city. They would always put us together. So they had this youth organization called Harambe, which was an amazing experience, right? If nothing else, I don't have terrible experiences
Mhm.
myself within the Catholic religion. I had some things that made me say, "Oh no," but not the hands that so many of my brothers and sisters have suffered at the hands
That's
of
true.
the organization, right? The
Yeah.
business, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the way I
What it
see it.
is. It's a business for
Yeah.
sure.
So
Yeah.
I had to and still that's a difficult conversation to have in our
Mm,
time in our place, especially with, like I said, it is a family like birthright, and then understanding. So brought up in that, but thanks to Harambe and highlighting the black experience, I was able to get so much history. So many of our we would do retreats, and we would
mm.
walk the sites of the Underground Railroad. We would go and visit Pennsylvania Avenue. We would sleep in the shelters in our daily bread and serve the homeless. Like it was the
Mm,
catalyst for so much of my pride in myself,
mm.
respect for myself. So I do give thanks for that experience within that. And also wrapped up in there, there was the Harambe Youth Choir, which at the time was led by Kenyatta Hardison, which we know is the greatness that's at Cardinal Shan, that's been on The View and all.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Kenyatta.
yeah, so we
Yeah.
started and we used to travel, singing child. Oh Lord, we used to rock the ages. Oh, rock a bay. So we did all
Oh, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Come
and
on.
it was a just a it was a good experience for me. So I
Sure.
cannot say that it was doom and gloom. As I got older, I started to disagree with the foundation of the religion, of the practices. So I started to seek other things and
Exactly.
making everyone, clutch their pearls, because there's certain things you don't do. There's a certain amount of, I have to step out. I have
Hmm.
to step out. So I saw firsthand things that I was like, hey, that doesn't make any sense to me. I can't follow y'all down the street. I
Well,
can't.
you know what? I always wondered how Africans can be Catholics when they are part of the sanctioning of slavery.
Exactly.
You know, the Catholic Church was a main proponent in that movement, and then the amount of racism that in the early ages of the Catholic Church, and to say that we now will seek our Savior through that same vessel, to me is quite hypocritical.
Well,
Now, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. It's just,
mhm,
to me, it just is nonsensical in my thought pattern, you know?
exactly. And that's why I say, when I say the foundation,
Mm-hmm.
because there is a certain disconnect that you must have. And I
Absolutely.
liken it to being a black woman who listens to hip hop music,
Oh,
right? There's a certain amount of detachment that I have to be capable of just in order to, it is so.
oh, you starting something right there. You making my shoulders sit up. You see me? What you say?
Oh, wait, but that's what I liken it to when I think of the feeling of to stay in it. You have to disconnect from certain information, right? So I respect that,
Hmm.
but I respect your right to choose that.
Wow.
I only ask that you respect my right to choose to seek elsewhere. And for a minute, for a long time, I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. When I first decided that I was going to leave Christianity, right, leave Catholicism, um,
Yes.
seek all, and I'm always seeking. I'm always searching. I'm searching experiences. I'm constantly reading. I'm constantly, oh my goodness, if you only knew. So I'm in here researching things with no paper to write, right? I'm just researching, want to know what
Yeah.
is going on. So through that, starting to make decisions, and of course, seeking African spirituality and seeking people who are well versed and sitting and listening and receiving and realizing that I don't have to make a decision, right? So
Hmm.
right now,
You
if I,
don't. I just love what you're saying. It's like you're flowing into who you are. You know, it's like a movement, and you're researching it, and you're, just continually to build. I'm gonna leave that hip hop comment back at
oh, we're gonna put that on the
we're gonna leave that back
put
there.
a pin in it. They say put a pin in it.
Yeah, they're gonna say we're gonna come back to that because that one was woo. Yeah, because I want to explore that a little.
Yes, I'm ready for it. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
wait. We can pin that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna
So
pin that up there because that hip hop comment is something we got to hit that up, sis. Real
yes. So
talk.
let me bring you in. Let me bring you in. So okay, St. Ambrose
Saint
for
Ambrose.
all these years, singing on the choir,
Okay.
dancing, the Bible study, all the sacraments, all the things, all of the just great experiences. And as I get older, I start to see things, hypocrisies within, like we said. But I went to Holy Family for middle school. So third through eighth grade, I was at Holy Family. So we wore brown and yellow uniforms.
Okay.
And I was a Catholic school girl. And that was a terrible experience, right? Middle school for me, that now the school itself is not bad, but I was a young black girl in a predominantly white Catholic school.
Tell me how that feels.
I that does not feel good.
Because we are at right here in this time, we're still doing this to young Black children. So tell me how that feels. And you've been able to grow up and mature. How does that feel to be in a school at
Mm.
that age with no one who looks like you?
And I was fortunate that there was not no one, right?
Well, I mean, not
But
the
but
majority.
wait
I
a
mean,
minute. But what's interesting is the ones who look like me treated me the worst in those times. Now we were children, right? We're children. So that's what I wanted to say. My experience in middle school, I was the Black girl with just terrible hair, Lord, and I had eczema. I was diagnosed with eczema when I was 6 months old. So when I was young, especially, there were my arms, my legs. Like when I tell you, I tell and people will vouch for this. For many years, I never showed my legs. So in the summertime, I would really be rocking shorts and some opaque tights, looking crazy. But
real
you were
talk.
not going to see my legs. You were not going to. So it was a huge source of insecurity for me at the time. Add that on to being the Black girl. Add that on to being the Black girl who's kind of the outcast to the Black people, right? So it was
Mm.
interesting. But I will say that it is through art
Mm. I was gonna ask you.
that I discovered that I was able to find some relief in that. And that may be I may be still playing out some of the defense mechanisms that I even used back then to this day. Because I remember we were on the bus, and bus rides were the worst, child, because the back of the bus was all the boys and they had all the mouth, child. And one of them tried to talk to me today. I had to block them. I said, Lord, won't there be a change around? That's why I'm trying to tell the young people, hold on. Because that very one child will be knocking on your door. You just wait. So they
Just wait.
talk
10
about
more years from now, that's your husband.
exactly. Well, you ain't even gonna want them. You gonna leave them aside because they the ones that's crazy. Mm-mm. You don't want nobody treat you crazy. So I remember, being made fun of, being laughed at, and I remember deciding that I think I worked on the joke all night, but I was going to get it back. I was going to say something, and it landed. It stuck, and I was hooked because then the people laughed, and I became. So I was like, oh, I can do this. So I started to talk back, and there was a talent show, and I remember working on a piece, and I had been in dance classes. Like I said, I traveled with a choir, and at the time we were hot because we was the dancing choir, child. We was
Oh,
drop,
okay.
drip, drop. We was getting it in. So I remember putting some moves together and people asking me to help them, and that became my gateway. So I would say around late seventh, definitely eighth grade was much more okay, coming into my own, not being so picked on, recognizing the things that I'm good at.
Well,
So I had great teachers.
did you actually, that's when you actually knew about art, that art would be a part of, that it was something that could save you or something that you liked
Yes,
at that point?
especially because by the eighth grade, and I don't even know how I heard about School for the Arts, but I remember they showed Lean on Me at the Senator Theater when it
Mm.
first came out, and my parents and I went to go see the movie, and I believe one of my grandmothers, but we went to see the movie. And after the movie, the conversation was happening. I remember saying something to the effect of, "Well, I'm not going to have to worry about that because I'm going to school for the arts, and I'm going to be." And I remember my parents looking at me like, "The hell you preach? You're not going to know what? You're going to where? What? You're not going to know school for the arts?"
Not in this house.
Yes, like no, we don't do that. That's not going to lead you to the place. So I remember begging and asking my mother to go to their open house and got the guidance counselor there to call my mom and really stress because she thought what most people did that you just want to be dancing around and there are no academics and you're not accountable and it's
Yeah.
not. But I'm like, no, it's a real school. I promise. So I was able to audition, and that's when I was accepted to School for the Arts as a dance major. So that is when high school was the complete. Yes, this is what I'm. This where I belong. These are my people.
This is your people, the
But
art,
this
the
is my.
artists.
Look at y'all.
Yeah, you was in a
I
school
had
with artists.
white boys piercing their ears in the middle of English class with a safety pin,
Ooh, ooh.
ice cubes. I had all the, the white girls come to school in their combat boots and their slips, and I had, you still had your black crew, and so it was just this
A
mix.
lot of expression at those schools.
Oh, you
Yeah.
walk down the hall and you hear the music from the
Yep.
rooms, right? You see the art on the walls, you see the dancers, you hear the practicing theater majors. It is a whole moment
Mm,
that I am so thankful for. Like I wish that for everyone, a place where you are free
mm. Wow.
to experiment, not
Yes.
be completely.
But shouldn't school be that?
It should.
And I think that is what we're seeing is school has become this academic place that particularly does not transfer as you get older. But
Very
it should be
cookie cutter.
it should be a place where young people are going and expressing themselves, exposing themselves to other
Mhm.
people, and learning how to be great from themselves, self-esteem, life skills. we,
Yes.
we might have to look at how we've structured school. It should be a free spot. It should be a spot they be killing themselves to go to.
And then that's the thing.
Yeah. So when
They will cuss and fuss child, say, I don't want to be there.
Yeah, so we're telling if kids are running away from school, we need to look at school. Got all these rules to keep them in, but if you do, like I
Mm.
interviewed an educator, and she said if you inspire a child, you don't have to worry about any classroom management because when they're inspired,
They
it's
will be
all
there.
good.
Yep,
Yes.
they will be there.
Wow. That's
So yeah,
something to think about. Something to think about. Something to think about. So you get out of school, you get out of the School of Arts, and you are what? A dancer? What are
ooh,
you at this point?
I am dancing. So what happens? I am at school for the arts through 11th grade.
Okay.
So there's this whole turmoil, child. I am my report card looked like this: Modern 2, Modern 3A, Modern 2, Ballet 2B, A's and B's. You get to academics, child. And I was yet holding on, and my mother was,
She wasn't having it.
yeah, they was all. It was already you got in by the skin of your teeth type situation, and there is always in the back of my mind, like, what if I had been able to stay and continue, right?
Mhm.
But completely understanding why the decision was made, where they were at the time. Yes, understanding that. So moving, so I did my senior year at Woodlawn Senior High School,
Oh wow.
which was a culture shock, right? Because we talk about the freedom of school for the arts, and then we go to a whole different environment where
Regimented.
yes, and everybody is so, you have to have this on to be cool, and anything not this is not cool, and then you
Yeah.
go with these people, and I didn't even understand the ecosystem because it was a whole new life, child. So I gravitated to what I knew because I was raised by in a beautiful big family. um
Okay.
my maternal grandmother had 8 children, my
Oh.
paternal grandmother had 5, and all of those children had children, and I was raised with my cousins, and I had a growing up of definitely from the time I was born to 12, 13 of spending the night at my cousin's house. We had Christmas traditions where we went over a different aunt house every Christmas and spent the night, and then we had a New Year's party where all the kids got together, and this was really on both sides of my family. And like I said, I had sleepovers at my grandmother's house. My grandmother's house were really the hubs of life.
Yes.
That's where you went Sunday after church, and that's
Yeah. Grandmothers are special. I'm telling you.
exactly.
Hmm.
So I had those 2 Christmases. You got to go over this grandmother house, and then you go to the late grandmother house because everybody on my mother's side they get there late. So you can go to my father's mother's. So it was a beautiful upbringing. So I gravitated to, and I grew up around nothing but male cousins. So I have a brother. I have my cousin Dana White, rest in peace. My cousin Donnell, my cousin Daryl, my cousin Scotty, my cousin Joey, and it
Are
was
you gonna name them all?
yeah. Well, I'm
Shout out to the family. Are you gonna name all them?
not
Really?
all of them, but there was Barry and Brandon, and so and
Oh
I
no,
say
you
that
still for naming.
because I had a strong male presence,
I
right?
love it. Yes.
So it was nothing for me to be in a room of males and feel safe.
So males became your friend at Woodlawn. Is that what you're
Exactly.
saying? I'm
Exactly. So
feeling it.
I'm hanging with the dudes. I'm
Yeah.
chilling. I'm going to what I know because I don't know what these ladies are doing, and they want their hair a certain way, and they want
Yes.
going on. But I made it through, and it ended up being a good experience. Nothing that I can, didn't. So from there, I went to Catonsville Community College where I studied dance and theater again. So I stayed in it, but I was going to be a reporter, so I was, enrolled into journalism.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, they really want you to do work.
You don't just talk, eh?
Oh my goodness, when you go to school, they really be wanting you to do work. So I thought I was supposed to be playing spades and living my best life because I had not been out
You
before.
watch too much TV, shorty.
I was the church girl, and I definitely became at Catonsville. I discovered that is a whole world out there, and people out here nipping and napping, child. They are grinning and grinning. And so I
Anyway, I love it. So you went to the did you finish that community college, and then what'd you do?
I kept going, and from there I worked because I wanted to be grown. Like if I had to do it all again, child, I would have just sat down and finished school and did things. But hindsight, as well as I would not have had some of the experiences that make me who I am today. But there was a lot of working. There was a lot of theater. There was a lot of this is where the love of theater comes in because I still had a need to perform. I was at Fells Point Community Theater. I was at Arena Players. I was at Vagabonds. I was at any theater who was having something. I was jumping in and I was doing it. And shout out to Roz Coughlin, who is the head of Kaumba, but right now the head of Baltimore School for the Arts. I was able to, she had the Kumba Collective out of Towson State University, and I was able to join the collective. And we did so many shows, and I learned so much from her. And of course, I went to a real nigga show one time in 2013, and
That's Troy Burton.
that's when I met the great Troy Burton. And
Absolutely.
we just the rest was history, just falling in with the whole crew. I was like, I was so floored by that show. I was so yeah, it was no way you
Troy
were going
Burton is that man.
to me.
Yeah,
You were
he
not
is.
going to get rid of me. I said, Troy Burton, can we talk? What's crazy is Troy Burton, I was a case, so my first life I thought I was supposed to be in service. Like I'm still in service, but it was a different kind of service because I was all kind of case workers and case managers. Child. I was taking the ladies to appointments. I'm bathing people. I'm serving medication. I'm that, right? Because I think this what you working for the good Catholic charities, child. I was doing the good thing. So I went to the UB Blake Center, and at the time, Troy Burton was
The director.
Murphy.
Executive. Yeah,
No,
he was.
Cam A. Murphy was the director at the time.
Oh, he was under her. Okay.
Yes, he was
Hmm.
under her. So imagine the greatness of walking in and getting education from Cab Calloway's daughter, right? And this
I know.
is phenomenal in every way. So I see what they're doing there. And I had no idea what I was doing, but I sent this man an email with my resume. And I said, I don't know how you can use me, but I feel like that is where I belong. So, like I said, I am a caseworker. I am working 9 to 5. I'm going in the office. I'm very dedicated in my work. So I'm damn near about to take the women's home with me because I so want everybody to be okay. So that's why I said I knew I had to get out of the business because unable to always want to do more. But I sent him my resume in a letter and he didn't know me from a can of paint. And I said, sir, well, I dance, I do some things, I have some talents. I can he said, so I'm having an art opening. I want you to come in and host it. I said, well, I will come in and host it. And that led to a beautiful relationship of being managing director of the UB Blake National Jazz Institute and Cultural Center, of being director of the Maryland Summer Arts Program. We ran a summer arts program that was, that's all I can say. We did that.
Listen, you got to do that snap again. Hit me that snap.
We
Yes,
did
sir.
that. We had a summer arts program. I tell you,
Really?
trusted me to direct. Like it wasn't. I'm going to bring you in to teach. he said, I'm going to turn this over to you. I came in and taught 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you can do this. And he jokes about, seeing me do things as managing director at the UB Blake Center, but understanding that I don't want to say permission to sound like, but when you are in the company of someone who allows you, gives you that permission, gives
Yes.
you that trust, gives you that, and says you can, that makes you act a certain way.
Yep.
So,
If you got some sense, though. Wait a
yes,
minute. You got to have some self actualization. But just to have that chance, and Troy has done that to so many people. He's just he's like a new car salesman.
I know that's
He
right.
brings everybody to the floor and let them shine. That's what
Look,
I
you
love
better
about
look
him.
at this.
Yeah, that's Troy.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I'm so excited to just join the family and what we have grown to be and continue to grow to be. So, yeah, so there was the UB Blake Center, the Arena Players. I walked into the Arena Players because I was a dancer. So I danced. Much love to Stephanie Powell, who, Mama Stephanie, she was my dance teacher at School for the Arts. That's where I was first able to
Oh wow.
um meet her. So she was the modern dance teacher, and Stephanie's class was, that was the one. You got that. You got her choreography. You got picked for her pieces. You was good to go. But that relationship has just flourished and has followed me, and I have followed her to Morton Street. I have followed her to Towson State University, and now Baltimore Dance Tech, where she is still, and now she's at Carver. But I will follow her to the ends of the earth. Miss Stephanie continues to inspire me. And this is another reason why I have to keep going, because I have these people in my life that saw something even when I didn't see it, right? So
Yep.
so able to do that. So it's a Miss Stephanie, my mentor, this woman that I look up to greatness, calling me like, yeah, I want you to do a actor for dancing class. I want you to teach them something, do something with their face. And I'm like, yes, we will do that. So being able to come full circle and share my gift and still take class and still be a part of that. So I liken that Troy Burton relationship where someone was just put in my path and it was right. And I
Mhm.
knew it was right and I followed them. I would not let them go.
Mm. Listen, that is nothing wrong with that. I mean, and when you get a safe space, you don't let that safe space go nowhere.
Exactly.
You keep looking for it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a great, and the blessing is to have those relationships, and and to conjure those relationships, and you can always access them at any time. That- That's
Definitely.
that's love right there. That's straight
It
love.
is. So, and so many others along the way. Doing community theater, just performing all the musicals, walked into Arena Players, met Donald Owens. Like, I want to act. So he's like, we have Studio 801, come take the classes. So I was there, I'm taking all the classes. So then that led to doing shows and meeting and being a part of the Arena Players family, which has, again, as far as artistically, just pushed me and allowed me to grow, and people, just trusted me, put me in their plays and moving forward and able to travel. It has been, yes. So that's the Arena Players, definitely. So from Catonsville Community College, really jumping into the Arena Players, really jumping into community theater, really jumping into the UB Blake Center. But at this time, I'm still working as a caseworker, right? So, and I'm very good at it, right? I love the people.
So
I'm
you were
giving
still working, but you still in every play and dancing and
exactly. My weekends are done, and then I'm still young, so I'm out there, getting my life, living,
yep, yep,
living
yep.
like a youthful person, and that led me to eventually Coppin State University, where I majored in urban arts, with a concentration on directing, because I knew that. Who I had shadowed Donald Owens, I shadowed Troy Burton, I watched, and that was the part that was most interesting to me, the job of the director. And
Mm,
that is what continued to pull me. And I said I wanted to study, and it is so interesting because I feel like I went to Coppin and it was late, right? Because I told you I went to Catonsville, then I took a break, so I had all these years out. But I was like, you got to go to school, you got to finish it, and if this is what you're going to do, this is what you're going to finish in. And bam, there's a Dr. Hyatt who is the head of the visual and performing arts at Coppin, and he immediately just took me under his wing and like, oh yeah, you gonna do this, you can do this, and as a director, he put me under Amini Courts, Professor Amini Courts, and that was like I can, and just give thanks for everything that she is, and the director that she is, and the even the works that she chose, and the way that she worked me, child. Lord, she worked me. But I am better for it today. So touched by so many of Baltimore's brightest, right? Just
Mhm.
being able to see them work and to operate under them. At Arena Players, I was able to be under a Lori Goodman, rest in peace. Yes, Andrew Dove, all of these people that poured into me. Yes, and I said Donald Owens, and it just continues. So that is
You like artwork. You know, when you got this piece and everybody put their paintbrush on it, and then at the end it's this beautiful picture.
like look what we did.
Yeah. Look what we put together. And so
Exactly.
here we are. You're actor, director, producer, dancer, you're everything. Anything artistic, you're present.
I do, and I try to say, especially the performing arts.
Hmm.
But when I say that, I am leaving out a huge part of myself, and because I am a writer, I love to write. I have
Wow.
two of my plays have been produced. One at Coppin, one by Bowie State University. I've had published works because I really do love to write. I do so many. A lot of the shows that my students perform, I write them.
Really?
Right, so they'll come to me, and I used to work with, shout out to Cash Hester, who came to me and put me in all kinds of schools. Like, you're gonna do this. Oh, but how I started teaching, I got back up real quick. How I started teaching because I was at the good Arena
You are
Player,
funny.
and I was working at for Catholic Charities.
Mhm.
And the great Caretha Arrington, Miss Rita, came to me and she said, "Don't you dance?" And I said, "Yeah." And she also worked at a senior center. She said, "I want you to come teach my seniors how to dance." I said, "Lady, I'm not coming to teach no old people to dance. What you talking about?" Now, mind you, not that because I wouldn't, because but it just not was the track that I was on. But I decided to try it, and that was the first dance class that I taught myself, and the rest is history. So
History.
I took to that so well. So, and then that led to all over at the senior centers. So it was like, okay, so that led to choreography. So again, all of these people. So Cash Hester sent me into the schools. Now I'm bringing it back because I had to take you to how I started teaching.
I get it. I get
And
it.
but now I got to remember why I was telling you why Cash Hester sent me into the schools, child. Why did she send me into the schools, Cash?
Listen, it's a lot going on in that. What did we say? One
Yes.
thing I
Oh,
need
I
to say.
know what I was going
Go
to say.
ahead.
She sent
Go
me
ahead. I
into
don't
the
want you to forget.
school, and she said there was a story of the eagles who thought they were chickens, and it's an
Ooh.
African folk tale.
Mm.
And I want you to turn it into a production. So I read the folk tale, and I remember turning into a full-fledged play. All the kids had lines and so forth. Then she said to me, and that's when I tell you when people trust you and they put you in the room. There was a school, Good Shepherd. Good Shepherd is a school for, I would say, the wayward girls at the time, and it's been around forever because Billie Holiday was sent there. When she was
Really? And
out,
that's here in Baltimore? Good
it's
Shepherd.
out, it's right outside of Baltimore, Halthorpe,
Yes.
Hal.
And so they send the tough girls there.
Yes,
Really?
that's where they went, right? So much when I say that in my class they couldn't have pencils or shoestrings or belts. These are who.
Oh,
So
these were tough girls.
she sent me into this place
Ooh.
to teach them theater.
How did that go?
Oh my goodness. We wrote an original script called Butterflies. Those girls had a chance to perform at Morgan State University.
Really?
Lived their best life, and just an original script. So I am able to use those skills for the theater, especially in my programming as far as personal development through the art. Because there are scripts like we use the arts to work on how to say no, right?
Right.
To work on public speaking, to work on social awkwardness, all of the things that art
Mm.
can help you to release. that you don't think of. So I use those, saying no, peer pressure. So using the writing. So I definitely have to say the writer, but definitely yes, all things art. I'm like, I put
What, you know
but
what?
everything is art. Art is all around us.
Art is life. And when
Ooh,
I look at you, first of all, your background, when most people come and interview, they're in a seat where they can sit. You got your legs up, you express it. You like it.
oh,
You're producing a show as I'm watching you. You move. I loved it.
look, I'm trying to tell myself, I'm like, if you don't stay still,
You can't stay still.
I'm
I
here.
love that.
Yeah, because
But
as I speak, I'm so, and it's
yeah, you're
crazy
so
because
expressive and you're so fluid, and that's the theater and the dance in you. I love it. It's giving me life over here.
oh well,
Yeah, it's giving me like, and the folks like it too. So it's all good. So listen,
excellent.
so art in Baltimore, the art scene, because I'm not an artist, but I have so much respect for art and love for it.
Mm.
I want it around me. I love art. So the art scene, what's going on in BMore?
Wow. I can say I was introduced to, because there's the theater scene in Baltimore, but when you say the art scene, I automatically go to, I would think, 5 seasons on a
Mm.
Tuesday for Organic Soul, right? I think when I think Baltimore art scene, those are the people that start to come to mind. So
Mm.
I know that it is alive and well. Like I know artists are made here.
It's popping here. I'm telling you.
It is because it is so honest,
Yes.
and Baltimore will tell you when that's not it, honey. Mm-mm.
That's not fire.
And sometimes they gonna be that nice about it. They not gonna call
You
you
better know it.
They gonna say, "Go ahead, whore. Go ahead,
Oh,
whore."
that's it.
So,
Listen, tell it like it is.
so
That's
it is.
it.
I have seen so many. Like that's why when you were saying earlier, like local celebrity, I'm still such a fan of so many
Really?
people, and I'm still in the oh Lord, I'm not worthy. Oh my goodness, I'm in the room with some people who I follow, who I'm like that. This is the music that I listen to. So
Really?
being a part of that and
Everybody got to be a fan, though. That keeps
yeah,
us humble. Yeah.
to constantly be pushing to
Hmm.
just and I watch it and I'm seeing them and I'm seeing people evolve, right? I know poets who are now writers and
Mm.
and they move and you see them with the photography and you see them dance and you see them put together these shows and because I am have the skill set that I have when people call me to be a part of things. So I've been able to collaborate on so many projects
Mm.
which has which not only your circle gets bigger. The more you perform with this group, then you with this group, then you over here.
That's why you're a celebrity, sis. I
So
try to tell you.
the yes, so I received that, but still such a fan of the scene. So I think Baltimore's art scene is thriving. When
Mm.
I watch Dark City, things like Beneath the Dark City Beneath the Beat. I think of I directed the Wiz at SpoTLighT Theater. I think in 2016 or 2017.
When you do that again, you cannot.
We have to do that again
You
because that
can't
was a great
win. I
time.
need to hear you can't win. And
You
don't
can
bring me no
do
bad news. I'm going to
it.
need to hear that.
Look, you talk about no bad news. The greatness that is DDM, Dapper Dawn Midas. He was Eveline, and when
What?
I tell you, I just got to do the
I got the
uh,
snap.
right. There are reviews still now that he came out there and tore it down. But I always feel like I've been able to see things, and I'm
Hmm.
a huge supporter of the artist, and I still get so excited, like, and it's like, oh my goodness, and some of these people I know, but I am still so in awe of the arts, and
Mm.
the art in Baltimore comes from a very special place. So when I see the visual artists,
Yes,
right, so it's like.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Ooh, and the voices. So I encourage people to definitely hit an open mic, right?
Yes.
If you because I hear people say all the time, it's nothing to do and Baltimore.
Acoustic Thursdays is hot. Let
And
me help.
oh my
Let me
goodness,
talk
that's
to you.
exactly. So, and I
It's
started
hot. Every first and third
Thursday.
Thursdays. Mark,
Next phase, right?
that's Mark
Mark
Evans.
Evans. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. And let me tell
that
you,
is hot.
Mark Evans and I used to teach together.
Oh my Lord.
And can you imagine us in the school building at the same time? We used to teach together,
Right.
as well as his fashion. I used to go to the get the makeup from the
Yes, because he's a
but
retail fashion
definitely the
guy.
styling from Not You Vintage. So there is so we give thanks for the greatness that is Mark Evans because
And Mark has an amazing voice.
oh
He
my goodness.
he has a beautiful voice. So it's so many things to do. I mean, we can keep talking. And I miss Funktopia. I saw Rachel, but I miss
Ooh,
Funktopia. How can I miss Funktopia?
you would, but it's coming back.
Oh, I'm going to be there. They're
It's
not going
coming
to
to
leave me
Creative
out.
Alliance in December.
Ow!
I
All
think
right.
December 9th it is coming back. So that is Jonathan Gilmore. Oh my goodness.
Jonathan Gilmore.
And,
I'm here. I don't know this man, but I keep hearing his name.
well,
Jonathan Gilmore is fire.
once you hear his voice, it's like, oh my God. And that's
Really?
what I said when I say I am a fan. But he created this world, and Funktopia was this show. And Troy Burton did the UB Blake Cabaret Company. And he used to do funk shows, and we used to do tributes to funk. And when I tell you a show, I'm gonna send you some videos
Yeah,
because
you have to send me something. Let me see that.
but the direction that and those are two completely separate shows, right? Because Jonathan
Yes,
Gilmore came and he created a world, and he decided to name that world Funktopia, and that
Funktopia.
was to me that was like oh, but he definitely kicked down some doors, and just to
But
see
the artistry
that
too, what they
that
wore, how
yes,
they
the
presented themselves.
amazing, and
We
that's
can't miss these
what
shows, Africa. Black boxes, y'all got to, we have to sew into our artists. Our
yeah,
art scene is what makes Baltimore rich.
exactly.
Funktopia, when it comes back, everybody get a damn ticket.
It will be there, and so I just say again, you support the artist. Not only when I leave a show like Funktopia, I'm inspired.
Yeah,
I'm so proud. Oh my goodness, and just the whole like, I feel like I knew the whole cast. So it was a party. So you get to enjoy and see your people walk in their light, and that's the best.
that is the
That's the
best thing.
best.
I cannot wait to experience that one. I got to see that when that comes back for sure. I will not miss it.
Exactly. Now, what did you get a chance to see a real nigga show?
I I did not. That is my. I'm like Troy. You have to do it again.
Well, there's a new project in the works that will give you all the vibes, and of course, we did the live stream. So, not
Yep.
sure if he's going to be bringing the live stream back, but
Ooh.
the show that is coming is the one. So I'm just proud to be.
Yeah, he's a Ruby man. I got to. Me and Troy got to talk.
Isn't that something?
He is a bad guy.
That
Troy's a bad.
I
I
really
told
do
him. I
not
said,
say
Troy,
work.
I'll volunteer. I'll sweep the floor. I'll carry your bag, but I got to be there.
And that's really how I was, and that's how I cling to people. That's how I cling. And another thing about Baltimore art scene, it's so many layers, right? So I
Mm.
said, you go check out an open mic, you go to that. But my work with the Baltimore girls, right? Safiatu's Baltimore girls, and the sense of pride that has brought so many of Baltimore's, which I call shining stars.
What you got to
For
expound on that? I don't know about that one. Help
well,
me out.
Safiatu, the Baltimore girls, she came to me and she said, I want to highlight the beauty of Baltimore, but on a different scale. I want to tell our stories, but not the stories of the, elite, we do this, the real. She wanted to get to the real, and she wanted to use that for sisterhood and for bonding and to highlight that. So the Baltimore girls, and there's their pages, hashtag the Baltimore girls,
Hmm.
but they have, we have done shows everywhere from University of Maryland, shows, Artscape, and bringing together not only the young, but there is a highlight on the mamas, right? And the
Mm.
babas, right? The highlight on the elders in the community,
In the community. Okay.
and bringing them together, because I have sat at the feet of some of our greatest elders, of a Mama Willa, of a Mama Maji,
Willa Walker,
Cheryl, right? Of
BB.
these, yes, all of these.
Yeah.
When you get poured into, but I seek that out, and I don't know whether it, like I said, I grew up sitting at the watching the stories with my grandmothers. I still to this
Did
day.
you watch Miss Chancellor?
Oh my goodness, no, my grandmother was a
You
all
didn't
my
like Young and Restless?
she was an all my children lady.
Oh, she was Miss Erica.
Children,
Miss Erica.
yes, Erica Kane, and
Erica Kane, baby.
my mother's mother, she was more of a she loved a Walker Texas Ranger, honey. So
Oh,
I still go to sleep to those because it gives me memories of those. So I
sure.
seek out those relationships with the mamas, with the babas, because I grew up, my grandfather, we were very close. He was a pistol child. I can tell you some stories. But still sat at their feet and still was able to gain wisdom and was so loved on by my family and my
And
upper.
that is why we have problems in society. There's no young people sitting at their grandfather's feet, their grandmother's feet, because the grandmother is still in the club. I
Mm.
hate to say it. I mean,
Things are changing. It is
things
a change.
but sitting at that feet is such an experience. It was an
It is.
experience for me. It's like curing. It cures you. It brings you to a space that you can't get without them being present, sitting at their feet.
But here's the
And
thing, right? So I feel like we are blessed and we are in a time where we chase that family unit, right? So it's I have to find that significant other. Lord, that's all I can do. That's where I'm headed.
I gotta have that.
And I
Yeah.
feel like we need to be chasing community
Ooh.
because where you may
Ooh.
not have a grandmother or a grandfather in your family,
Yes.
there are nursing homes in your community full of
Yes.
people, and finding a way to bridge that gap, because everything we need is somebody out in the community. I understand two parent households, but if community was done like it's supposed to be done, there are enough male figures in the neighborhood alone
Yeah.
push that along.
You're right. We gotta have a
It is
community.
important. And that's where we have to go towards with the elders and honoring the elders and bringing them in as a part of our projects and having that. Oh, so how that happens, I haven't quite figured out. But that is when I talk about community and when I
Yes,
talk about building the community that I need with the people. So it's a
mhm,
matter of getting up, but everybody, it's not easy.
that's
It's
true.
not easy, and the cities are not built for that,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
You almost have to go into an area and build and almost create the community.
Yep.
Because the city is set up for commodification and capitalism and all of that. But if
Mm,
you really want community and you want synergy, you got to bring that.
yep.
It has to be an intentional effort because the powers that be don't give a damn about that. They want them
Yep.
taxes and they want you working and doing
Ooh,
and following the rules. But if you want community, we have to do that. But community is so important, and we're tribal people, so
yes.
we got to understand that we need that. And but Baltimore, I'm just gonna say Baltimore is a different city.
Mm,
And when I say that is because I'm an implant. I came here to go to Morgan,
okay.
and when you come here, and I've been here a long time. I feel like this is my, this is my spot. So I came here to go to Morgan, and I've been here ever since. So
Okay.
you never really can get into the fabric of the Baltimoreans that are here. So you got to kind of continue to cultivate
Mm,
before you can actually connect with you
yeah.
guys. But it's a beautiful thing once you make the connection. Because I hear the same names: the wonderful Safi, and
Mm,
the wonderful Chinyere, and the wonderful Mona,
thank
and the
you.
wonderful Tracy.
Yes.
All of these same names, but it takes a while to the wonderful Olu. I can't name them all, but
Yes.
all these wonderful people who are out here, but who are actually from here, and y'all have a longer relationship. As an implant, it takes a while to get into that fabric.
Yeah, I can see that because even
It really does.
a
But
while.
once I don't know who's been there. I'm not there, but just to be able to start, having communication with the real community,
Yep.
It becomes something where you love Baltimore more. Like me talking to you and being able to call Mona and having this synergy with the
And
real
say, can we give thanks for Mona? Because isn't that a gem?
that is a special lady. Mona Diallo, we love you. Okay.
My goodness, that lady has loved me through and just and that's what I mean. I seek it like, oh my goodness, you're present. So so give thanks. I had to say
Yeah,
that.
I have to give thanks to her because
Mm.
she has embraced me and talked to me and loved me. I love Mona Diallo. You hear me?
And she loves
So
Baltimore, and she
I'm
loves
telling you, I love me some Safi, and I'm now loving me some Tracie. I'm loving all my girls out here. And
Lisa.
my Nika Namdi, Lord have mercy. I love me
I
some.
have now. You say that name, and that's when I say people who you are just fans of, and because there's absolutely an art to what she does,
Oh,
right? So when I say I see art, and I do teach my students, I start each of my class with the art of the day. So you have to tell me something. You have to find art around you that's not conventional art.
mm,
So, for example, I'm even guiding them through, that dude you see walking down the street rapping his song, giving a full concert, right? So
and
where
don't care who's listening.
think because they get on, shut up. But understanding the art in that, understanding the
Yeah,
art in walking past a mural, understand the art. So then I get their minds thinking outside of the box.
sure, sure.
So then their art, oh, Miss Tracie, my art today is my hair. Right? Yes, sis. That's what I'm taught. Thank you. Bring it in. Oh, Miss Tracie, my art today is this book cover, right? I saw so being able to see and recognize the art in the little things
Yes,
because they're not little. So I just that is where so when I say there is an art to what she does
it
and
is.
art to these people, Mona is an artist.
It's so many in our community because when you have this oppressive system, you almost have to draw new places, new spaces. You have to continue to create new and kick in doors and create. And that's the part of art is keep creating these spaces and
Have you seen
those folk,
Nika dance?
huh?
Have you seen her dance?
Who?
Nika.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness.
I saw her in a class at um down there at UB. I
Mm.
said, Nika is gonna step through the floor. She a bad girl.
I said it is yeah. So I turn to these people. I look at these people. I listen. I am just fill me with your knowledge so that I can go forth and create this mission. So the Baltimore art scene is branches out beyond just the performing arts.
So
And
it's
the visual
thriving.
arts, right? It is your activists, right?
Yes.
Erica Bridgeford who
Yes.
is kicking down doors just in how she shows up alone, right?
Absolutely.
Authentically. And so just seeing these people operate and seeing the art in them is
Hmm.
what I focus on, which is definitely why I fell into photography because I love capturing that.
So
I,
now
I have an
you
eye for
shoot
whatever.
too. You're a photographer too. Lord have mercy.
Yes, I am.
My.
Mm,
You're like a art. You're like a whole ball of art.
I'm just trying to get a check, Lord. But no, I am following things that I love, right?
Yep,
And I've become committed to that because, like I said, this was
that's
not
true.
always my journey. I did not lean on art because you had to be a regular person and do regular things in order to make it in this world.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I feel like I've been bamboozled because you absolutely can art it out. You absolutely can live great life, and I've seen my friends go on to teach at universities to write their books, to do the things that they need to do so that they still can earn a living. Because I tell people all the time, I would be creating so much more if I was not in survival mode.
Whoa.
And we talked about that. I think I
We
said
talked about that earlier today.
because
Exactly.
the everyday of life can hinder you in such a way. And it's
Yes.
varying levels, right? Everybody's going through it to their own degree. But when you are worried about rent, it's a lot harder to create.
You better know it. About eating, about lights.
Yeah, bam. So that takes a lot. So teetering between survival and shoo, I made it. I can, gain a little headway, but oh Lord, I gotta survive again. Here come another here come a shipwreck. Everything is falling apart. Oh Lord, help me.
Something's coming.
So yes, so it is winter is coming. That's what they say. That's
You
my
better know it.
winter.
I got my fireplace on. It is coming.
So I am just trying to just feel like I'm making some headway, like I said
Right.
before, feeling like I'm just being seen because I'm not doing anything different than I've ever done. I have
But
signed up.
what did we say that was? We said it's your time.
Yes,
You-
and I
you-
said I'm gonna.
Everybody has a season, and some seasons are some have longer seasons, but
Mhm.
you enjoy your season, keep cultivating, and it just keeps continuing. It will manifest.
Yes,
So this is your season, and you're in style.
I'm seeing it, and I received the style because Lord, I know they'll tear you down too. I just switch glasses again because these are real glasses. Because
I know every time I look, you got a new pair of glasses.
I wanted to see myself, so I switched to these glasses because they broke them. This tape in the middle.
Okay,
Call them my
that's
Gucci's.
yeah, they sexy. I like that
Yes, I say, look, I
with
can
that
see.
tape joint.
And I just wanted to look at myself, make sure I didn't look too crazy.
No, you look great. You
Jacket,
look
I'm sitting
great.
on shoulder. Ooh.
Ooh, you coming out the jacket?
So yeah, because I'm hot, and I'm like, why am I sitting here?
That's right. Do you? So
Thank you.
let me ask a question.
Yes.
So all of this
One act.
endless energy that you have, I can see you're energetic, and the artist that you are. What's next? What is Tracie? What is I call you T Jig?
Yes.
What is T Jig doing next?
T Jig will continue currently choreographing for the Lion King. Maryland Academy of Dance is doing a musical theater component, which is very exciting. So we are working on Lion King.
Oh, that's a
Tracie
beautiful one.
Jiggetts is going to continue to teach and work on bringing my own programming to the masses. Right. So I do now, I contract into the schools, I contract for different organizations,
Okay.
but opening that up to the public and allowing that to be a voice and also the photography. Like I love it is something about it. I love moments when I am behind the camera. It's so crazy because I thought I was, I'm going to be in front, but I get terribly nervous every time I'm in front. That's something that's funny. But so definitely continue the pictures. I had the joy of being published. Was on the LED billboard. My photography working with Anna Mom Cares
Mhm.
organization, which is another amazing black woman who is kicking down doors in Baltimore City. So just being
What's
able
her name?
to continue, Anna.
Anna.
Yes,
Okay.
and she is. I will send you her information, and the organization is Mom Cares, and she works with moms, babies in the ICU unit,
Oh,
and just being an overall voice for infant mortality and things of all things. So she is a great source of everything.
beautiful, beautiful.
Temple is her poetry name because that's where we met, and we used to do poetry and dance workshops for girls, and we
Wow.
focused on the music and the words of Billie Holiday. So she would head the poetry side of it, and the young ladies they would read poetry and songs from Billie Holiday, and then encouraged to do their own pieces. And then they came to me where we did dance expressions to the
Hmm.
music of Billie Holiday. So again, that's what I mean when I say collaborating
Yes.
these artists, these women, amazing. So yes, I'll send you her information, but that's the Mom Cares organization.
Beautiful. So that's what you're doing next. So you know what? You know it's on Saturday, right?
Saturday are the Crown
The
Awards.
Crown
Baltimore,
Awards.
give thanks for Chinya. She is a
10 year is the Crown Awards.
she's such a light. Oh my goodness. I and
Yes.
that's another artist who she does everything. It's like what
Everything.
you
That
do.
chick do everything. And I
But
want to tell you in the black boxes, the pop-up for Thursday is we having Chinya right tomorrow. She's
oh
coming in. We're going to talk about the Crown Awards. We're going to talk about what's getting ready to go down on Saturday. Everybody get your ticket at
yes,
the garage.
the garage. It's gonna be at the garage.
I'm telling you, that going to be the art scene. The
That
whole art scene going to be in that building.
I'm
I
like,
need
even
y'all to know about that.
the people they are honoring, like, and again, that's
It's
what I'm saying.
unbelievable.
Oh, we're gonna have Shoda K in the house who oh my goodness, it's just so talented. Like all these people. So when I say I'm a fan, that's what I'm excited about.
Got it.
When I'm so I am nominated and that's exciting all in
Yeah, you're
itself
nominated.
because like I said, I
Rachel
feel
is nominated.
kicking indoors for Broadway World. I'm up for Best Director.
Mm,
So directing Rachel was an awesome experience. So that premiered at the Motor House in September. Just
yep.
a good time all around. A great
I saw
story.
that one. I was able to. That's when I first saw you. That's when we first met.
Yes, and the storyline grabbed me, and again the history of Baltimore, anything that deals with Baltimore story. I told you where my grandparents were born because I spend a lot of time researching the family history, right?
Okay.
So my cousins and I, we are so cute. We a lot of my family's from Elk Ridge. So we go out, we visit the museums, so we visited the Catholic Church vault so we can get the pictures of them when they were in different events. So just going back and gathering, I'm a huge history buff, especially Baltimore. Like I have so much
We
useful.
didn't even have a chance to get because we were going to talk about Baltimore and the history, but your story and this art and your expression, we're an hour in. Did you
Are
know?
we really?
Yeah, we're an hour in. That's how easy it is. I'm glad you don't know it. I mean, you had a good time.
And shout out to my son Truth because he has been a quiet ministry. Go ahead now, Truth. You
Go
know,
ahead, True. I
I
see you.
know. I might have to check on him though. You know when they say they too quiet. Oh Lord, let me put my glasses back on.
Tracy, you something else. You really are. It's like I'm interviewing you and you're every pose is a new, it's like we're going through a whole show the whole time.
Look, and I'm
You're
just
moving, you're changing glasses,
mm-hmm.
you're doing, I
Like
mean, you,
choreograph something. You don't
there
know.
we go. I love that.
But that is me. And definitely my students will tell you because there's nothing for me to dance across the floor. You know, Tom Bay, Powder Beret, let's go, children. They like, what is wrong with this lady? So I'm random acts of dance. I'm in the market, leaping down the aisles, right?
Really? You're in pretty good shape though, sis. You
Uh,
gotta be, you're
yeah,
in good
because I haven't sat still. I have not sat
shape.
still. So teaching, moving, the young people, they keep me young.
I keep you young.
They definitely keep
And
me.
I know truth is that he keeps you young too.
Oh my lord. I don't know what I was 38 years old when I had my son.
An 8-year-old boy, he's keeping you together.
Oh, I'm like, I'm too old for this. I should have been skinning and grinning back in my day because this Lord is something. So no, and it is a all new, it is that journey is, but it is eye opening and it is teaching me so much about myself
That's good.
and the things that I want for him. It has forced me to make decisions that I wouldn't have had to make
Yeah, yeah.
about myself, and that has actually helped me.
Great.
Right, so I
Great.
definitely give thanks for him. That's my one and only. I'm
That is.
on that.
That is. I have thoroughly enjoyed you. I know I'm gonna my goal is to see you on Saturday.
Yes.
That is my goal. But
Oh, little time. Okay, that is yes. I am. Oh,
I just thoroughly enjoyed you. But yeah, I just want everyone to know Chinya will be on here. That's my pop-up tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Have you
The
heard her
Baltimore
sing?
Crown Awards out here. We talk about that thing.
Her voice. She has a wonderful
And she
voice.
gonna be singing. I don't care what she say. I need to drop some bars on the box.
But wait, have you read her book?
No, I haven't.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you how Baltimore I am
Get
because
the book, Shorty. Get the book.
to show you this lady. Wait a minute. Because watch it don't be in here. Then I'll be like, psych, but no, I'm sure it's in here.
No, get that book. I
Boy,
need to see that book.
hold that, but it is so
She
good.
is so talented.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Senior is like a bucket of
Damn.
talent.
So what is it called? It is called
Black.
Black Fairy Tales.
Mm.
And I got a chance to read a piece from her
And look
book.
at the row homes behind it. Look at the
Yes,
picture.
look at her and the hair coming down the steps.
Yeah, the hair coming. Wow.
Beautiful. So I am yeah, so if you yes, to bring her on, tell her Tracy held up the book. I got a chance to I got a chance to recite, deliver, perform a piece from the book for a
Really?
gala maybe about a month or so ago. And it was an awesome experience. So I read this, I'm like, yes, let's go. So yeah, so continue collaborating. We got some, like I said, Troy Burton and the theater crew. I call us the Baltimore Society of Extremely Talented Black Folks.
Well, good. Y'all gonna have to have. I'm gonna have to carry y'all water because you're not gonna leave me.
We're not leaving. So that, and then just Tracie Jiggetts doing the classes, putting together some youth workshops to not only
Good.
entertain but to educate. I love doing. We're going to be doing a lot of roundtable discussions. It's just time to bring people together. And when we say community, when we say building the people, because we really have everything we need all around us. I believe that wholeheartedly, all around us. So
We
I'm
all
like,
we got. We all we need.
yeah, that's it. So shout out to yes, the good
We
side.
are us.
Mic check. We give out to the people.
Oh, Dwayne,
Also,
you brought Shorty in here. Did you say mic check?
I mean something, but that number is something else. I just, oh my goodness, but
You brought Shorty up in this joint. But you know what?
always interesting. Always interesting. Nothing but
He's so interesting. What I do want to say is, I found out today. I was reading a 71-year-old lady of I forgot the church. She got stabbed in the church.
oh yes, I saw that. And
What
they
is
are
going on in Baltimore with these? How
because the
this?
priest got pistol whipped in broad daylight. Because
I know, what are we doing? It
yes,
used to be a day that you didn't mess with the church. You don't mess with priests. We're in some we gotta address some of the this is not this something's not right. You go in the church and stab the secretary and kill her.
boy, yeah, that's a whole, and we don't know whether it was personal, whether it was what the motivation was, but it is just sick
It's just whatever it was. It's sick. It's
and
sick.
sad. It
I
is.
hate to end it with that, but I just had to share that. Like it rocked my whole world. I read it before I got on with you.
But
And
again,
I see Mona is here. Mona is definitely my Mona. Yeah, Mona's here, so she know what I'm talking about. Love you, Mona.
yes, if we don't address that again, bridging the gaps within the community,
Absolutely,
because things like that should not even be
shouldn't
allowed.
happen. It shouldn't
And if the
happen.
people around stepped up, if it was not, yeah. So it is sad on all accounts. It really is.
Sad is on. And like I was telling Mona, I don't think they can solve. I think the only thing that can solve this is Black women. It's
I
sometimes that we
think
have to step in and say enough.
I do. I think
I don't see anybody solving this but Black women, but the nurturers of society coming in and say enough.
and
Um,
nurturing, but also extending the hand.
Extending a hand, and then the men supporting that.
There was
I think that Black women have to galvanize.
there's
Our
so much
children are hurting, and
division.
there's a lot of hurt out here.
There is so much division,
It is.
and that is one of the things that we have to get past.
Yep.
But none of the community needs are being met, and as long as we continue in this way, where everybody is so disconnected, where the forces that be, just the systematic foolishness that
Yes.
continues until we're able to find a way to come out of that. So I've decided to be very aware, like what is the James Baldwin quote? To be aware of what's going on is to be angry. Like, how can I not be mad? And because I see all this shit, and it's like, oh my goodness, it's terrible.
And you
So,
hear it every day, not every week,
mm,
every freaking
mm,
day.
it's just piled on. So how
It's
do you
too
get out of
much.
that?
It's too much, and we got to address it. And so, but that's going to happen. But more than I can't hear these stories anymore. We got to get
Yes.
active. We got to get active. Tracie, listen, this has been an
I
artist, my dream. I feel like I'm an artist tonight. So, yes, let's get
let
it.
us create. Yes, open, come up, make it rain. Oh, make it rain on them.
Ooh,
Hey,
no,
hey,
you're not, Al.
hey.
You better stop it.
So, yes, and shout out to I gotta
That
give a
sound
shout
good.
out to Nathan Kauser, Vashti Blue Jewelry Designs, because he keeps me fly. All of the events he is designing me. He's also part of the theater team of the extraordinarily talented Black folks. But I am Yeah, so he keeps. You said you like this number.
I see you with your pearls and your lace.
Has some things at the boutique. So I just love to support. I love to create. I love to look creative. And I like to encourage people to be themselves, right? We
Ooh,
live, everybody, so they mad because, oh, they not even living.
that's true.
So
That's so
many
true.
people, and only because it's seen as something separate, right? Arts is something separate from my everyday life. I only do that if I'm professional. They have, so there, I want to bring people into the joy of it and
Hmm.
recognizing it that it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to, but it can absolutely be a catalyst for healing.
Yes.
Art has allowed me to hold a mirror up to myself.
Mm,
Even in as far as being an actor and always being surrounded by people's stories,
wow.
connecting with some of the things and seeing things and being able to change and light bulbs going off. And art gives you a chance to do that. People don't even recognize how good it feels to move your body
Yes, that felt good. That
because
I don't know, and I let it rain. That felt
that's
good.
it. And it doesn't have to be anything big. It does not have to be fifth position, do it right, pull it up. Because I
Yes.
came up where, that's what you had to do. But I recognize that there is so much freedom in that and releasing that. So finding a way to bring that to the masses, as well as continuing on this spiritual journey is where we at.
Listen, you have been. I knew you would be the celebrity that you are. I knew you would come, and with this community piece and the artistic piece, you brought it tonight, sis. And I really appreciate that thing. I appreciate you coming on, and you're just like an art movement. You're still moving.
I am. I'm not, and look, and I'm
You
looking.
know, you never keep still. But listen, what I do want you to do is leave your artistic jewel with the people, inspire us. So leave Tracie's T Jigs jewel.
Oh, TJ's Jewels, I'm gonna spit a piece for you because it's fitting today. It is my favorite piece. If you know me, you
Let's do
probably
it.
heard it, but it's Baltimore, right? And it,
Let's
it,
do
it
it.
shares my love. Here we go. It's quick. Can't tell me nothing about these Baltimore streets. Where I walk, I leave my mark, and it belongs to me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tracie Marie. BMore's unexpected, the Goldfield resurrected, North Ave gangster injected, with Bolton Hill ladylike intentions on a mission for change. I am the spirit of Mother Lang. I'm the essence of Francis Harper. I got the fight of Lily Jackson. I'm Joe Gann's daughter. I am Baltimore. I am Orchard Street. You see, the Underground Railroad is flowing through me, and every time I breathe, I'm setting niggas free. Stay with me. I'm in it for that Northwestern prom queen, that Ruskin Ave dope fiend, that Park Heights gangster lean, that Bloomingdale fight scene, letting all my people know it's okay to dream, but you gotta wake up. Everybody struggles, but it seems like we're stuck. You see, I've heard all the stories. I know we were set up to fall, but my girl Billy made it from the whorehouse to Carnegie Hall. Faults and all is in us, y'all. Baltimore, stand up.
Oh, listen, you killed it. That was beautiful. Is that your piece?
Yes, that's my piece.
You brought my glasses off me.
Oh, wait a
Wait,
minute.
you brought the beams down.
That's my one, though. I love it because it is just filled with just names and energies. And I like to give that to the people. And yes, thank y'all.
That was
You.
beautiful. Listen, Tracie, thank you so much.
I
Thank you for
appreciate
your genius. You are a light. I appreciate you. Yes, you have to come back when you're doing something new with that amazing Troy. You got to come back and bring Troy with you.
Oh, yes. We don't have a
Yes,
party. Now, that's the
abs-
party right there. We the team. Mm.
absolutely.
But it's
And
all about good energy and spreading love. And like I said, I have followed your work. So I was excited to be a part of it. Like, yes, I'm in that number.
thank you so
Hey.
much.
So I thank you for what you do because the people need to know.
I
and you put
appreciate
so
it.
much information out and highlight
Appreciate
so
it.
many people. So I
Appreciate it.
thank you. Ashe, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ashe. I appreciate you. Love you as my sister. And we boxed up and out. Can we get that deuces?
We boxed up and out.
We boxed up and out. Don't go nowhere, Tracie.
And what?
Stay right